Hello friends, welcome to my channel once again, and we were discussing about the damped simple harmonic motion in an electrical circuit in last video in this particular paper, right? So we have seen up to equation number 9, in which we have calculated the constants A and B. So just within 1 minute we will revise what we have done in the last video. So we have taken one electrical circuit in which we have three parameters L, C and R. L stands for inductor, C stands for capacitor and R stands for resistor. We have arranged these three parameters such that L and R are parallel to C, and they are arranged, or they are fixed with a Morse key, and as soon as one potential difference battery V. Okay, so as soon as we start the potential or battery and we press the Morse key, the capacitor will get charged, and when we release the Morse key, capacitor will get discharged through L and R. Okay, so for that we have written the equation, because we know that in electrical circuit the force equation is replaced by the voltage equation. So here we have written the equation: voltage through C, voltage through R and voltage through L, their summation must be equal to 0, right? And by substituting its values, we got a general equation, that is equation number 3, which is a second order differential equation in Q, and we have calculated its roots. That root we got Q is equal to minus B plus or minus under root B square minus K square, and those values of root we have substituted in general solution, that is Q is equal to some constant A into exponential of first root into T plus B into exponential of second root into T. That is equation number 4. That is what the general solution we got. And then we applied boundary conditions to find the values of A and B. So at first boundary condition, T is equal to 0, Q is equal to Q0, we got one equation, that is A plus B equal to Q0, equation 5. And yes, for the second boundary condition application, we need to differentiate first of all the general solution. That's why we have differentiated it dq by dt, and we got equation number 6. And then we have applied the second condition at t is equal to 0. dq by dt must be 0, because dq at t is equal to 0, q is nothing but q0, and that is constant, and its derivative must be 0. Okay, then we got equation number 7, and that 7 equation is A minus B is equal to something, and equation 5 is nothing but A plus B is equal to something in terms of Q. So equation 5 and 7, both equations are in terms of A and B, so we have just added them together. Once adding equation 5 and 7, we got the value of A, because their B get cancelled. So we got the value of A, that is equation number 8. A is equal to Q0 by 2 in bracket 1 plus B under root B square minus K square. And then by subtracting equation 5 and 7, once we got the value of B, that is equation number 9, Q0 by 2 in bracket 1 plus B divided by under root B square minus K square. Okay, so these values, okay, yes, we have made some mistake. Yes, we have made one simple mistake here, not plus, here it is minus. Okay, so let us vanish this. So sorry, here it is minus, because we have substituted here, right? We have subtracted the equation 7 from 5, right? So here in equation 8, that is in the value of A, we have here it is plus, but here in equation 9, that is the value of B, here we have minus. Everything is almost set now. So let us substitute these values of A and B in our general solution, that is equation number 4. So can you recall the equation 4? So equation 4 is simply Q is equal to A into exponential of that B minus B plus under root B square minus K square T, and plus B into that exponential factor, but with second root, that is minus B minus under root B square minus K square into T. Now we have to substitute, or if you want, I will write the equation number 4 here once again. So here equation 4, Q is equal to A in bracket or A into exponential of that first root T plus B into exponential of that second root into T. So simply we have to substitute the values of A and B that we have calculated in equation 8 and 9. So after substitution, see here instead of A, this one, Q0 by 2 1 plus B under root B square minus K square. This is the value of A, we know, and this second term as it is, plus Q0 by 2 in bracket 1 minus B under root B square minus K square is the value of B. and this is exponential term as it is. So simply we have substituted the values of a and b in our general solution. So this is what the general method to calculate or to find the solution of a differential equation. First get the root, then substitute that root into the general solution by taking some multiplication constants, and then find those constants by applying the boundary conditions, and finally substitute the constants, whatever constants you found, those constants substitute in the general solution. So that is what we have done, right? Now again here we have made one particular substitution. If you remember, we substituted 2b is equal to r by 1 by r by l. Okay, 2b is equal to r by l, and here yes we will substitute that values also in return. So therefore here it is b is equal to r by 2l, and yes this value we have substituted already. K square is equal to 1 by lc. So just return those values also, because here the b and k are not actual values of the electrical circuit. Those are the values, or these are the terms we have assumed for our simplification, right? So just return those values. So after returning those values, then what happens? So here q0 by 2 as it is, q0 by 2. Now I will make this bigger bracket because I have taken q0 by 2 and q0 by 2 common from both the terms. So I have written in multiplication, and then this curly bracket, then in the bracket this one 1 plus 1 plus, what is b now? B is r by 2l. Yes, substituted here. Under root in the denominator, what is b? R by 2l, but here it is b square, that's why r square divided by 4l square, minus what is k square? It is 1 by lc as it is, bracket close. And exponential factor, again in exponential factor also you have to substitute the values. Wherever b and k, substitute their original values. So minus b means r by 2l, okay, plus in the square root again b square, that's why r square by 4l square, minus 1 by lc, because k square is nothing but 1 by lc, t as it is, plus in the second term also 1 minus, this is the value of b, this is again value of b square, this is value of k square, and exponential factor minus b means minus r by 2l, again this is value of b square, this is value of k square, that is 1 by lc, the t, and curly bracket, because this q0 by 2 is multiplied to both the terms we have taken common. Equation number 10. Now this is the most general solution, and here we do not have any substitution. These are only the original values, because q0 is the original value, r is the resistance of that resistor, l is the inductance of the inductor, and c is the capacitance. Do you find anything else? No. T is the time instant, and e is what? Our exponential term. So all these are the values which are related to that particular electrical circuit. Now we have to see some special cases. So I will take the equation 10 little bit to the top side, and we will apply some special cases, because in the denominator or in the square root we have two terms. One is r square by 4l square and another is 1 by lc. So those terms, there are three possibilities. Either those two terms are equal, either r square by 4l square is greater, or r square by 4l square is less. So let us have all three possibilities and let us see what happens. So first possibility is what? When these two values are exactly same. Okay, that means when r square by 4l square and 1 by lc are exactly same. So here this becomes 0, here it becomes 0, this under root becomes 0, this under root becomes 0. Okay, right. Now if both the values are same and it becomes 0, so here it is okay. Again one thing, r square by 4l square is equal to 1 by lc square, right? And therefore what happens here, we will take only this value. So here it becomes 0, it is 0, and therefore exponential of only this term will survive, minus r by 2l into t. Again this becomes 0, therefore minus r by 2l into t. And yes, from this it is q0 by 2. So here it is q0 by 2 from first term and q0 by 2 from second term, and right. Or we can take here, it becomes only 1 and it is also 1. So 1 plus 1 2, and therefore it is, or q0 by 2 e power minus r by 2l into t, plus q0 by 2 e power minus r by 2l into t, and therefore q0 plus q0 by 2 plus q0 by 2, and it becomes how much it is, q0 into e power minus r by 2l into t. Okay, so this equation number 11 is what, one of the special case if these two values are exactly same, r square by 4l square and 1 by lc, right? So this shows that when we are talking about this particular case, and just look at the equation number 11, what we get here is, yes, whatever may be the discharging taking place, it is taking place exponentially, and moreover here it is a negative sign, that's why it is exponential decay. So this is what the exponential decay. So this shows that the discharge is aperiodic. Yes, obviously it is not periodic, because every time it is going to decay, and it is critically damped. Critically damped means, yes, so here what happens, whatever may be the damping is there, that damping is decided by this factor, and this, that factor will never be 0, means e raised to anything you can take, it never be 0. So therefore the curve is an exponential decay, and yes, we have to draw this curve also. So let us draw this curve, and yes, curve A. Let us take this, the diagram. On the x-axis we have drawn the time, and on the y-axis we have drawn the q, charge. So the first curve A, which is shown by this green color, so this is what, exponential decay. Right, you can see from that only it is the maximum value, and slowly it is going to decay, and yes, it goes to the this value, decay. Okay, now second case, either this r square by 4l square must be or is greater than 1 by lc. First case, either both are same, and secondly we can say either this is greater or next one will be this one greater. So for this, r square by 4l square is greater, then that subtraction r square by 4l square minus 1 by lc. Obviously when this term is higher, then obviously this is always greater than 1. So then the square root is the, or its square root value will always be a real number, and therefore this discharge is non-oscillatory. So again, this is not a non-oscillatory, this is a non-oscillatory discharge. If you, and it is known as a dead beat. This type of discharge is known as dead beat, and this is shown by this particular second curve, which is shown by the blue color, which is curve B. So this type of the discharge is known as dead beat. Okay, right. And the last possibility is what, when this r square by 4l square is less than 1 by lc. So if it is less than 1 by lc, then what happens, this subtraction, that means r square by 4l square minus 1 by lc is less than 1, that means it becomes negative. And when we talk its square root, so the square root negative means, yes, it is an imaginary. We know that under root minus 1 or anything under root minus, we call it as the imaginary term. So whatever may be the square root value, it is imaginary, and whenever we are having the imaginary values, the imaginary roots, then that particular motion is an oscillatory motion. So then the square root value is an imaginary, and the discharge is oscillatory. That means obviously simple harmonic, and yes, it is represented by curve C. So this red color curve C, it is what, oscillatory curve. Okay, this is non-oscillatory, but red color C, yes, by looking at the curve only you can see it is oscillatory, but obviously damped, because the amplitude does not remains constant. If I am talking about such curve where, yes, the amplitude remains constant, so such curve is known as undamped simple harmonic motion, because the amplitude does not decreases after every cycle. But here in this curve C, you can see after every cycle the amplitude decreases, and finally it goes to 0. So such vibrations or such oscillations are known as damped harmonic oscillations, and this is taking place where, in our electrical circuit. That's why this article is the damped simple harmonic motion in an electrical circuit. So final third case is what, it is shown by red color curve, and here this discharge is known as, is called as the simple harmonic type, or this discharge is simple harmonic type, and the natural frequency of this circuit is given by f is equal to 1 by 2 pi under root L1 by LC minus R square by 4L square. Because here why I have taken this first term, because if we take this first, then this will be a negative value, or yes, we have taken this one and we have written here minus I outside. That's why this is an imaginary thing, or imaginary root we are getting, and therefore this type of motion or this type of oscillation is called as simple harmonic oscillations, and this one is the third case. So therefore it is shown as in curve C, right? So this is regarding the damped simple harmonic motion in an electrical circuit. Okay, so whatever we have seen in this video, that is what the continuation of our last video, and in these both videos we have completed one article, that is damped simple harmonic motion in an electrical circuit. So we have to first of all get the general solution, then find the values of A and B, and then finally substitute those values of A and B and try to get the three different conditions. One of them is what, when R square by 4L square is exactly equal to 1 by LC. Second one is R square by 4L square is greater than 1 by LC, and last one is R square by 4L square is less than LC. And from these three different conditions we got three different results, and those three results we have plotted on the graph, which is between time on x-axis and charge q on y-axis. So this is all about our damped simple harmonic motion. Okay, so if you feel this is a value addition to your knowledge, then you please like this video, and for more such videos please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get the notifications of my next videos, right? So thank you friends for watching this video. We'll meet in the next video with new concept. Till then, you please take care and keep learning. Thank you so much.